Well, that absolutely does do that for sure. And it does have three saving graces. Three saving graces.
So that's 3 trees right there.
The fuck it is. That brings it from.
This week on Trees in Space, Jason and I watched the 2011 rated R comedy, drama, and sport movie, Goon. I'm Nate. With me, as always, is Jason and LP.
Yes, sir.
This is honestly one of my most favorite movies of all time.
Are you a hockey fan?
I'm not. Not that much, no.
Well, see, I'm thinking if you're a hockey fan, you're going to love this movie. If you're not a hockey fan, I have no problem with hockey. I just don't follow it like a lot of people do. Yeah. So what is this movie about, Nate?
So this movie is amongst a family of intelligent, motivated members, a son who's considered to not be mentally gifted, works as a bouncer, and overcomes long odds to lead a team of underperforming misfits to a semi-pro hockey glory, beating the out of everything that stands in its way.
Yeah, so because he's a fighter.
He's a hero. He's an enforcer. You know, I loved this movie because it has the key 3 H's: heart, humor, and heroics. And if you have those 3 things, you've already gotten me at least at 3 trees. And the fact that I'm from this area, so the best friend, the obnoxious, jizzy YouTube, I know people like that.
That was the first part that dropped this thing, because I start all movies, in case people don't know, I start all movies at 2.5, right in the middle. That was the first part that dropped it down a whole fucking tree for me, because that guy, character's fine, but you can't have him opposite Stifler, the man who created that crazy type character I created, but he's the best at doing it. And you're going to have Stifler, the straight man, and this guy saying stuff obnoxious, even though it's not funny, because it's not funny. The stuff he's trying to make up to say that's not outlandish was not outlandish. It was stupid. And he's against the Sean William Scott, who does that so much better. It was poorly cast, because that young man, great actor, I guess. I don't know. I've seen him in a few things. He does not have the ability to spitball funny things like Pineapple Express. When they were spitballing against each other, that was hilarious. He didn't have that. And I'm like, this is Stifler. You got to outdo a Stifler character, and he did not. So
see, I think that might be a problem. Is I took this movie because I've watched this movie easily 70 times. Like,
oh my God.
It is.
I have less respect for you than I used.
If you remove Stifler, remove that character, because you don't want to typecast somebody. And when I saw, in another movie, we had an actress that is very popular in a TV series or a streaming series, and they kind of typecasted her into that movie. With this one, Sean William Scott really, I think he went for it, and he achieved it. He played this boneheaded, lovable Lenny. Like, don't hand him a rabbit because he's gonna kill it. But
see, he wasn't lovable to me. He was just stupid.
If my team needs me to bleed, then I am going to bleed for my team. Even Ray came back and took that in his retirement speech.
He did.
Articulate, lovely, simple communication that anybody can have. You don't need a doctorate or a thesaurus to understand.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying this is for stupid people. This is for lugheads.
This is for the people of the Great White North that don't get proper representation. This movie really exposes how passionate hockey is in Canada.
Well, that absolutely does do that for sure. And it does have 3 saving graces. 3 saving graces.
So that's 3 trees right there.
The fuck it is. That brings it from 0. All that does is make me want to retroact my one stump from Strays and put that at one tree. Because is the girlfriend.
Yes.
She was beautiful. She did a great job. She's a great actress because that story he tells in the bathroom, I mean the car, about how he's rolling around in piss or whatever.
As I was going up the ramp, wind blew like these bloody rags like right into my face, and I crashed into the dumpster, and I started like rolling around into like the medical waste because I was.
He did not deliver that story well at all. It wasn't funny, but she acted so well, like it actually was funny. Like she was really thought it was hilarious. Great. So she did an excellent job.
She was sweet on.
Ross the boss. Ross the boss. Lev Sheplin or whatever his name is. The other goon.
Between Ross Ray and Doug Glatt.
Okay.
He does such a great job at everything he does. He's such a phenomenal actor, and I'm just like, I loved him. I just want I wanted him to win at the end. That's how much I liked him. I wanted him to beat the shit out of dude. And 3, the scene where he is in the diner with his parents and his gay brother and the friend, and he's like, I'm stupid. He's gay. I'm stupid. It's what I do. Tell his parents getting mad, like your jersey might as well say goon or might as well say security or whatever. That scene was acted wonderfully by everyone. I will give him his props on that. And that's the heart of the movie, if you will, but it was so little. So those 3 things are the only thing good about this movie that I can say.
I think when Doug is Sean William Scott's character, Doug, when he's on screen, he took the scenes. Like, I think he really, I admired his acting. I thought it was beautiful. There's
a reason he hasn't had a serious part since this.
A part though, what did you think of when LaFlemme and his buddy were in the apartment spitting at each other, holding a porn mags to block it out?
See, I didn't like any of that. That was just.
I was like, why the fuck are you spitting at each other? Who the hell spits? And then his buddy like hawks a loogie right into his fucking face. Yeah. I was like,
because the French guy does spit because he spit on the kill zone, and in basic training you had the kill zone in the middle of your floor. You don't put anything on that. You go around it. You just don't touch it. That's what that was. And he spit on it, and then Goon cleaned it off. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Doug. His name's Doug. And he cleaned it off, and that was cool because he was simple. That's true. He played simple, great. He played a idiot. He wasn't that, but he wasn't an idiot.
No, he was slow.
Yeah. So, and the French guy, I mean, I think they jumped around too much for me. It's like, okay, he's suddenly here and he's suddenly skating, and now he's in this, and he's just beating up people, and that I watch hockey enough to know that you get in fights. There's certain rules to the thing, but not the way this movie was portraying it, unless it was that way in 2002. Because you didn't just go out there and say, okay, get out of here, get in front of him and start fighting. That's not how it worked.
No, that's Canadian hockey, good sir. That is how they do it in the semi-pros.
So it's not hockey. It's a fucking boxing match on an ice skating rink.
Yeah, and who doesn't look? Let me add, you've watched hockey, right?
I've watched it, yes. I enjoy it.
That's part of every hockey game. That every fan in the stands is hoping for one of these moments.
The last score to win the game.
A fight.
I knew you were going to say that, but
every hockey fan always wants a fight, and this movie
hard to get them anymore.
I know the NHL is weak; they don't let you fight anymore. But up in the north,
shouldn't let you fight. Did you see what the frick was doing? I mean, teeth are coming out. I mean, come on, it's hockey, guys. Hard check's cool, but it's they want to fight. They go watch a boxing. Go watch MMA.
Well, and what's beautiful about this movie is
nothing beautiful about this movie.
The enforcer really doesn't exist anymore. I really, really do recommend watching the second one.
Oh, no. I can't believe they made a part 2. I can't.
Because if you liked Ross the Boss Ray, if you liked him,
I did.
You got to watch the second one.
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't like him enough to watch another movie like that. Because
to go flash to the beginning of the movie, when they're coming out of the temple, and they're talking, and this guy's got his beautiful Jewish daughter, and he's trying to like mate
Marry
her.
her off basically to
And
the
he's like,
son.
"Well, doctor," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting for my partner right now."
My
And
vein squeeze or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, and there's this dude, and he's like, "Oh, they're just really good friends. They're good friends. They're close friends."
Yeah.
And they
And
make
they
him
kiss.
grab an ass, and he's like, "They're really, really good friends." And then look
Yeah, I
at
guess
Doc, he's like, "And what do you do?" I bounce.
yeah, like a basketball.
Uh,
I mean, there was cute parts. I'll give it that. The when they had to win the certain games, and he was the only one in the thing in the goal, and the hockey puck hits him in the face, and
and
blood
doesn't
shoots
stop.
out.
And they
And
keep
yeah,
him
and he plays the next fucking game. What? The man has a concussion. He's bleeding out his teeth, and then he goes to see his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, who he stole it from, and that's that. I'll give him that. He got his ass beat. He just stood there and took it. And the girlfriend said, "What happened?" And he said, "When you deserve a beating, you just take it."
Yep.
And I'm like, see, but yeah, there was small parts, but it did not save this movie.
I don't know. You can say what you will about this movie, but I am going to let the audience and Rotten Tomatoes speak for themselves. So Rotten Tomatoes scored this at 81%, and you and I, the audience, and if you like what you see and you like what you're viewing, please go ahead and give us a like, a comment, subscribe, follow, as my great friend here likes to say, feed the algorithm monster.
Yes.
The audience rated this just below it at 71%.
So I can't believe Rotten Tomatoes got this thing above, I could say 60%. Audience, I can see why it's at 71. Because, guys, audience, we're stupid. We just like stupid movies, and that's what this was. Sorry.
So let's go ahead and, was it trim the garden? Let's get into the movie reviews. The first 5-star comment comes from an unknown. I have seen this movie 20 times, and I love the hell out of it.
It's the dumbest and the most boring sports movie I've ever seen. Yes. Yeah.
How is this boring? The whole time when I was I was playing video games back in the 90s, moving with the screen. Like as he was getting hit, I was ducking and dodging and moving around.
Are you a violent person? Do you like to fight, Nate? Is that what this is? Do you want to get in a fight?
I do, actually. I've never been in a fight my entire life.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
that's fair. Okay.
Yeah. This one, I can watch this every day, and I do.
This is also the unknown person, another half star, as Nate has said. This movie is so bad. No one in it can act. That I'm going to defend that. No, that's not true. Because I will give credit where credit's due, but no one in it can act. I don't know how shit like that made it past the executives.
This 5-star, which was dated in 2019, watched it 54 times on Netflix. Best movie of the decade.
But what the 2019? There's not a better movie from 2011 or 2010 or 2019. Really? Dude, you know it is. How much it is? Because one of the reviewers on the thing on one of the movies we did, I was gonna put the what the hell, but I didn't. It said I thought the movie was great, blah blah. But my son was an executive producer, so I'm a little biased. Unknown. The worst film I've seen in years. So unhappy that I lost rock, paper, scissors. I wanted to see Puss in Boots. This film is a rip off and it's not funny.
Now, Puss in Boots or this movie?
Puss in Boots.
I've never seen Puss in Boots, so I'm going to pick
I
this
have
one.
not either.
Now here's the first review. It was a 5-star. It happened in December 17th, 2010. Goon was a great movie. This is my favorite character that Sean William Scott has portrayed. The movie is funny, heroic, simple, brutal, and everything, and very entertaining. Some of the more brutal scenes were hard to watch, especially the one near the end, of the film, I found myself covering my face. What makes this such a great movie is that you feel like you're in the stands. By the end of the film, I was screaming right along with the fans and screaming at the screen. A bit embarrassing when you're watching it alone and you find yourself talking to the screen, but I can't be the only one who does this. Anyways, it was a great movie.
I want to know how high he was watching this movie. That's what I want to know. I don't know how you thought you were. I'm not a hockey guy. God, I wish I was a hockey guy. I mean, that one funny part, that was a few funny parts, I guess, but where she's crying because she broke up with her boyfriend and she's telling him, he's like, "Why are you crying? Why did you just watch Rudy?" You know, because that I was like, see that they invoked a good sports movie. I yes, it was brutal. And this is an actual review, so I appreciate the review. This is a thought out, well written, incorrect review of this movie.
You know, and we omitted quite a few things, and I'm gonna give, and I will. The editing in this movie, they use a lot of just stock footage. In the last game, Laflemme does not have the A, and there's scenes where he's sitting on the stands and he's wearing the A.
Yes.
So there is. I will poke holes in my perfect movie as much as I'll do any other movie. Yes, there were some editing issues, and it was gory. We didn't get into half of the when his ankle snapped.
How they were punching and blowing the ankle. Yeah,
That ankle that did it to me every time. My dick went up inside of me. I almost shit my pants because my asshole puckered so much. Like I was like, oh, like full body just tight and cringe.
Are you listening to my LP? Are you listening to him? He's like this guy who wrote this. Like, I felt like I was there cheering. Yeah.
Oh my god. All
He's
right,
doing this during the fight scenes.
Let's go ahead and get into our reviews of this movie. I can't speak highly enough about this movie. I feel like I definitely tried to sway you a little bit to maybe get a stump boost after talking about it. You know, I agree with the first review of this movie completely. With that, I'm not going to give it 1 tree. I'm not going to give it 2 trees. I'm not going to give it 3 trees. This movie, to me, as a sports comedy movie, especially in the sports part, this movie, 5 trees. This is absolutely a brilliant film. I cannot recommend it enough. If you remotely like hockey, if you appreciate Canada and that country as a whole, I feel like you'll agree with me, maybe, but I can't. I'm going to go watch the second one now because
I stopped listening to you once you said 5 trees.
I know you did.
This is. I understand respect for a movie. I understand liking it for certain reasons. But to make this movie 5 trees is just insane, and it is disrespectful to our show.
It's not
respectful to Trees in Space.
It is not.
We're supposed to be halfway professionals and being honest about movies.
Very professional. Start to finish, this movie engaged me the entire time. I cannot walk away from this movie.
Okay, well, I'm not even gonna go with my whole point here. The point is, it's shit. It sucked. It's bad. I'm giving it a quarter of a stump. I know we don't do quarter stumps, but I can't outdo it. Strays is better.
Strays more than this movie.
I like every movie I've seen on this channel better than this. I like Poltergeist. I like Lake Placid 4. I like all. I will watch it. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm just
look. You have to take the movie from what it is. Like, I'll separate movies. Like, one of the last movies we reviewed, I compared it with 2 other movies that I picked that were of a very artsy nature. Didn't compare. It was horribly in comparison. For sports movies, like, what do you got? Game Day. It's a very good movie. It's a 4-tree movie. for what it is. It's a serious movie. You got like Friday Night Lights.
I'm trying to do my review. Why are you trying to convince me differently?
I don't know.
I'm going to cut that whole thing out.
I just
My
feel
turn.
like I have to defend.
turn.
You can cut whatever the hell you want out. I know you're going to cut it out. I don't care.
You had your turn. It's my turn now. And no, it's not really a quarter stump.
I just feel slighted with your quarter stump. Like, that's not even a rating.
Well, you gave it a 5-star stump. Are you? I mean, a 5 tree. Great.
Yeah, I gave it 10 stumps. That's right. 10 fucking stumps.
That means it's the best movie you've ever seen.
It is the best sports comedy movie I've ever seen.
Remember the Titans?
What's that?
Remember the Titans?
It's got racism and all that. It doesn't really engage me as much. That's probably like a 4-tree movie, 3.5, 3 tree in the stump.
Rudy?
Love Rudy has heart, humor, and heroics. It does not have humor. That is also right up there with a 4.5, 4 trees in the stump.
Oh my God.
I love Rudy. It's a good movie.
This movie is not that. I'm giving it a stump because I can't give it lower than a stump. But I am retroactive in my other stump grades. If I give a stump to any other movie, you're 1 tree now. Everything I've graded has gone up half a stump because of this movie. But the question is, and I know your answer is going to be right to this. I know what you're going to say, but would you recommend this, my friend, to your surgeon?
No. I mean, after, post-op, yeah, absolutely. But pre-op, no. I wouldn't recommend this movie to my surgeon.
You think you get violent tendencies and hurt you or something?
Maybe. I hate Halifax.
Yeah. And for me, the only person I'm recommending this movie to is Adolf Hitler, so he can watch it in hell because that's where it belongs.
I bet. I'm almost willing to bet that if you poised this movie to your kid and Chase, they would probably enjoy this movie quite a lot.
They're not going to give it 5 stars.
I don't care. They'd probably still enjoy it. I don't care if somebody doesn't give it 5 trees. I don't fucking care. I liked it. I love this movie. This movie's fantastic. Let us know in the comments. This was probably the most disgruntled decision of our show ever in history because I decided to give a stellar movie 5 trees and Jason cannot believe it. But to be fair, you're not going to give any movie 5 trees. So
True. It's going to have to be one hell of a movie. Yes.
With that, I've been Nate. That's been Jason. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern. So see you then. Take care, everybody.